Namaste and welcome to Tridevichaman here in Denver, Colorado. This is Yamajit. Thank you so very much for joining us for our Tuesday Puja and Satsang. Tonight is part 58 of our series, Kali for Everyone. And tonight we'll be honoring Kali Kundalini Shakti. I'd like to start out with a quick announcement. This coming Friday at 7 p.m., being the first Friday of the month, this will be our monthly Puja Cho guided meditation for the healing of body, mind, and spirit on both the personal and collective levels. And I'm going to be sharing with you a spoken word Cho meditation from very early on, one that many of you have probably not experienced yet. So again, welcome and namaste. Anybody who's tuning in right now, please feel free to say hello using the chat function on the bottom of your screen. So Kali Kundalini Shakti. The relationship between Kali and Kundalini comes from several traditions within Hindu Tantra and also yoga as well, although different schools interpret it differently. Kali is often understood as a fierce goddess of transformation, time, death, followed by rebirth and liberation. And although her imagery can certainly appear fearsome, she is also seen as a compassionate force that removes ignorance and attachments. Kundalini refers to spiritual energy, that is Shakti, traditionally described as resting at the base of the spine. And if you look on the left of your screen, we have a traditional yantra for the base chakra, Muladhara chakra. And in the center, there is a black Shiva lingam with a white snake pointing upwards. The snake is wrapped around the lingam 3.5 times. This is an illustration of Kundalini. In yogic and tantric traditions, practices such as meditation, breathwork, and mantra are intended to awaken this energy, allowing it to rise through the body's subtle energy centers, the chakras, through the central channel, which is known as Sushumna Nadi. This is the energy channel that runs the length of the spine. In many tantric traditions, Kali is viewed as the divine power or Shakti behind Kundalini. And so from this perspective, Kundalini is the inner spiritual energy. Kali is one expression of that divine energy, especially in its transformative and liberating aspect. And awakening Kundalini is sometimes described as awakening Kali within oneself, not in a literal as a literal entity entering the body, but as a metaphor for profound spiritual transformation. It's really a force that's being awakened within ourselves, a divine force within ourselves. People who work with Kali in meditation, such as myself, or a devotional practice, may use mantras such as Om, Krim, Kalikaye, Namaha. This is the mantra we're going to be using for our practice today. Meditation upon Kali's imagery, Shakti experienced within the subtle body. It is described as dormant until spiritual practice, devotion, divine grace, or life experiences enable its awakening. The symbolism between both Kali and Kundalini is rich. Kali's dark color represents the infinite formless reality from which all things arise and into which they dissolve. This can be the blackness, the infinite blackness of space, and also the darkness of the soil below our feet. Her sword symbolizes cutting through ignorance and false identities. Her garland of heads is often interpreted as transcendence of ego and limiting mental patterns. In images where we see Kali wearing a necklace of fresh heads, this indicates fresh ideas. The necklace of skulls, usually 50 in number, represent the 50 letters of the Sanskrit alphabet, hence a strong connection to mantra and also the word. Kali standing upon Lord Shiva symbolizes that pure consciousness represented by Shiva and dynamic energy represented by Kali are inseparable. Shiva without Shakti is stillness, and Shakti without Shiva is movement, and together they are complete. In Kundalini Tantra and its practices, awakening is often described as a journey. So Kundalini rests at the base of the spine, and through practices such as mantra, meditation, pranayama, that is yogic breath, or devotion, the energy ascends through the chakras, through the Sushumna channel. As it rises, practitioners may experience shifts in perception, emotions, intuition, or a sense of expanded awareness. The culmination is described as the uniquely held patterns within ourselves. In that sense, Kali's destruction is understood as clearing away what no longer serves us in spiritual realization. Many practitioners cultivate a relationship with Kali, again through repeating her mantras, performing pujas to her, meditating on her form with reverence rather than fear, practicing self-inquiry and surrender to the divine, and seeing life changes as opportunities for transformation instead of something that's punitive. Tantric traditions also emphasize that Kundalini awakening is not primarily about unusual experience, a different path to awakening, or a different level to spiritual transformation and evolution. Kali is generally regarded as the first Mahavidya because she represents absolute reality before creation. She is time, Kala, from which her name comes, but also that which transcends time. Spiritually, Kali teaches us that everything born will pass away, nothing lasts forever. Here today, gone tomorrow. Think very carefully about what you choose to develop attachments to in this life. The ego is temporary. Pure awareness is eternal. Liberation comes through direct realization, not merely through intellectual understanding. And unlike gentler forms of the Divine Mother who nurture gradually, Kali is often described as bringing rapid transformations. She strips away false identities until only the essential self remains. There are different texts which describe stages in Kundalini awakening, but a common framework includes the first stage, which is dormancy. Kundalini is said to rest coiled 3.5 times at the base of the spine. Ordinary awareness is directed mainly outward toward the world in this state. The second stage would be awakening. Awakening may be associated with disciplined practice, with devotion, the guidance of a guru, of a teacher, or in some accounts, there is spontaneous divine grace. Something happens automatically. Practitioners sometimes report sensations such as warmth or subtle currents or spontaneous movements called kriyas, the body trembling, for example, or heightened awareness. experiences vary widely, and many traditions emphasize that notable physical sensations are neither required nor necessarily proof of awakening, but it can definitely happen. The third stage is purification. And as the energy rises through the chakras, tantric traditions describe a gradual purification of physical, emotional, and mental conditioning. And this stage is often considered to be the longest in this evolution. People may notice shifts in long-standing chakra. Kundalini is symbolically united with Lord Shiva. In non-dual traditions, this represents the recognition that the individual self and ultimate reality are not separate. All is one. The goal is not a temporary altered state, but an enduring transformation in how one experiences one's life. One of Kali's most profound lessons is that spiritual awakening is not about becoming someone extraordinary. It's about relinquishing what is false and expressing your full potential. Every fear Ma Kali exposes, every attachment she cuts away, every identity she dissolves, and is understood as making space for the recognition of one's true nature. So, for this reason, many tantric practitioners do not regard Kali as a goddess of destruction in the ordinary sense. Rather, she is seen as the force that destroys whatever obscures freedom. What remains is described as awareness itself, vast, luminous, beyond birth, and beyond death. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Jema. 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 And I'd like to welcome Shamanaji. Thank you for joining me. We're about to go into our puja, and then we'll be going into some mantra recitation and some deeper guided meditation. So I invite you to find a comfortable seated position where you can look upon your screen with a relaxed gaze. You can look upon our image of Ma Kali. You could also use one of our yantras as a meditational focus, especially this mantra on the left, which is the one for Muladhara chakra, and has the image of Kundalini Shakti in the form of the serpent in the center of it. But find that comfortable position where your back can be straight, resting your hands in your lap. Maybe rolling the shoulders back to open the chest, and let's begin with some deep yogic breathing. Breathing away the energies of our workings, expressed for the benefit of all sentient beings. I invite you to slowly bring the palms of your hands together at your heart center. And let's begin our practice by chanting the seed syllable Krim, the seed syllable of Ma Kali, 3 times. So a deep inhale. A second deep inhale. And a third deep inhale. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Jema. 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 If you happen to have your puja set handy, I invite you to join me in making offerings. And otherwise, please join me in chanting the mantra Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Taking a spoonful of water from your water pot, cleansing your hands. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. With your right hand, anointing your third eye center and your heart center. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Taking another spoonful of water, cleansing your altar. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Taking the perfume oil, placing some on your middle or ring finger, and anointing your devotional objects. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. And anointing your third eye center with some oil. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Offering whatever food items you have. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Lighting the candle that's on your altar with your right hand, offering the flame. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Lighting incense and offering that with your right hand. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Offering a spoonful of water to cool the atmosphere. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. And finally offering a flower. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Bringing the palms of your hands together at your heart center and giving reverence. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Jema. 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 And then let's continue chanting the mantra. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. 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 Breathe deeply, feeling the power of the mantra, absorbing its energy into your being, and feeling it helping you toward the fulfillment of your intentions. And let this energy also be expressed for the benefit of all living things. Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma. So I invite you now to sit comfortably with your spine upright. Let your hands rest on your knees or in your lap. Gently close your eyes and take several slow, natural breaths and allow your attention to settle. And as you breathe, I invite you to imagine roots extending from the base of your spine, going into the earth and giving you a sense of steadiness and stability. And bring your awareness to the base of your spine and visualize a small ember of red golden light there. No need to force anything, just simply observe. And if Kali manifests for you in this practice, just gently imagine her as a compassionate, fearless presence, rather than focusing on any frightening imagery. Just contemplate her as a symbol of courage, transformation, and the removal of what no longer serves you. And then I invite you to again silently repeat our mantra. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. And let the sound arise naturally with your breath. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. And as you continue breathing, imagine the light at the base of your spine gradually becoming brighter. There's no need to visualize it moving, but just continue breathing, chanting the mantra, and noticing whatever sensations or stillness might be present. Om Krim Kalikaye Namaha. 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 And then sit quietly for a time, allowing the mantra to slowly fade, and rest in silence. Before opening your eyes, notice the feeling of your body, the floor beneath you, your breath. Take a deep and clearing breath and slowly move your fingers and toes, your hands and arms, your feet and legs. Slowly bring the palms of your hands together at your heart center. Take a moment to acknowledge that Divine Mother who exists not just surrounding you, but within you. And know that her Shakti is a force you can draw from at any time you have need. And also take a moment to give gratitude to yourself, knowing that you can replay the recording of this broadcast again and do this meditation again if you ever have need. You can also play it for somebody else. And slowly open your eyes. And namaste. Blessings always. Thank you so very much for joining me tonight. And Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, and namaste. So I hope that you enjoyed this evening's practice. I'd like to thank Shamanji for joining me and anybody else who is joining me live. I'd also like to thank anyone who will be watching the recordings of tonight's broadcast in the future. I look forward to you joining me Friday night for our monthly Chug guided meditation for personal and collective healing. That'll be 7 p.m. this coming Friday. You're always welcome to join live on YouTube. And if you're in the Denver area, please feel free to join us in person at our temple, 1260 South Xavier Street in Denver, Colorado. If you have anything that you'd like to share from tonight's meditation, or you have any questions, please feel free to email me at omcdevi, AUMC as in cat, Devi, DEVI, at gmail.com. You can also always message me at my channel. As always, please take some time for some quiet contemplation before resuming the day or the evening's activities. And again, I look forward to our next broadcast on Friday. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. Thank you. Have a wonderful night. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Ma.